Hey, what's up guys? Frank here, and today I wanted to show you how exactly I keep track of my designs, okay? Because when you're starting, it can be quite confusing, like what you need and how you keep track of the title, the description, the tags, whatever. And so today I wanted to show you how I actually manage my design and my description and my titles and everything related to that even and right now I have like thousands and thousands of designs, so maybe my experience can be useful for you, okay? And so what I do is pretty straightforward and pretty simple. I simply use an Excel sheet, okay? I just open I use Google. I use Google Excel because it's free, and so yeah, just create. I use four columns, and the first column is simply the ID column because it's a way for me to keep the information unique. So it's simply an ID. It's a unique identifier, and so that's what it is. And then the title is the title, the text of the design or what the design is about. So in that case, in the previous video, I created this design. So in that case, the title is simply the text. So I can't have plans in the garage. So that's the title. And then the tags, what I usually do is I use Merge Titan Redbubble tag generator. Okay, again, this tool is completely free. And what I usually do when I create my titles is that I simply copy the title and then I go and take the tag from the tag generator. Okay, so what I usually do is that I simply copy paste the few first row or whatever, and I simply copy paste it in my Excel sheet in the tags column. Okay, so that's pretty much what I do. Okay, and in that case, when it's a single design like this, like when I manually create design when it's not automated. What I usually do as well is that um, I will name my design with the ID. Okay, so it's a way for me to just like identify the design and what it's about. So in that case, like I said, like I created this design and the ID in that case is one because let's say that it's my first design. So what I usually do is that I use one as an ID for my design for these two designs. So what I usually do is that I I would do one, and then I would put B because that's a black version of the design. Okay, that's a black version of the design, so I just put a B, and then here I would put one white, one because that's the ID number one, and W because it's the white version of the design. Okay, so let's say for example that I would create a second design that I would maybe create a test design. Okay, that's completely irrelevant. I'm just showing you what I mean. Okay, so let's say for example that would be a design. Okay, now I would download it. That would be great. Test design. Then my title in that case would be test design because that's what the design is about. Okay, and then I would copy paste it and get the title for that design. Okay, now I'm not sure if I am going to find. Okay, let's say that these tags are good. Okay, I would take the first few rows of the tags and I would keep my tags in my Excel sheet in the tags row. Okay, so the tags row here is to keep track of the tags. Okay, so that's something that I do, and then I would rename the design that I have here. Okay, so now the ID is ID number 2. Okay, so what I do is that I take the first one and then I put 2 because that's the ID, and then I put a B because it's the black version of the design. Okay, so this is the black version of the design ID number 2, and then what I do here is that I do the same thing. It's the ID number 2 and it's the white version of the design. Okay, So that's what I do for a single design that I create manually, okay? And then there's another case where I create design automatically, just like in my previous video that I made, okay? This design that I create about I am years old, okay? So what I usually do in that case is that I create a bunch of IDs, and what I just do is that I will, in that case, you know, I haven't used yet the name column, and so we'll use this column now. Okay, so basically the name is kind of um, the variable in that case, the value of the variable that I keep here. So in that case, it's 1, the value is 2 here, and then it's 3, and so that's basically what it is, what I do here. Okay, so I keep track of this. I'm gonna show you how I use it later on. Okay, so then I just drop it to, let's say, 50. Okay, because I created 50 design like this, so it goes to 50. And then what I do for the titles and the tags to go really fast, because I'm not writing this everything manually, okay? So what I do is that I use the concatenate function here, and what I usually do is that I create some text here. So I am, and then I concatenate the value that we just used previously, and then I write the text years old. Okay, I forgot this here. Years old, cook. Okay, so as you can see here, it concatenates the text that I'm putting here, and it's also concatenating the value that I put here. Okay, and so what I do here is that I will simply drop everything here. Okay, so that it creates all the titles automatically. Okay, so here it says I am 12 years old, I am 18 years old. So it's a way for me to simply like create my text very rapidly. It's a way for me to create the titles very rapidly. And after that, I will basically do the same thing for the tags, okay? So in that case, let's say that I take this title here, I am 10 years old. I will go get my tags here. Okay, so I know it's a bunch of birthdays or whatever, so what I usually do is that I will use another concatenate, but this time it's for the tags. Okay, it's a little bit tricky here because you have to kind of manage like the concatenate. It can be a quick confusing, but you know it's the first time. When the first times are a bit harder, but you know. So let's say here that I just do this. Okay, so here I created my first tag. Okay, so what I usually do is that when okay, I'm gonna do this. Now I'm gonna okay, I'm gonna comma, then comma, comma. No, it's D4. It's not D4. It's D4. And then I'm gonna do D4, comma, birthday, comma. Let's see what that looks like right now. Okay, so I'm not quite sure. What does that look like? I'm gonna just look at it. Okay, so right now I have 3 tags. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this, and then I'm going to copy a bunch of these, but I want to copy like when it's at 10 years old, because you see the 10 here is actually a variable, so I'm trying not, I don't want to put more, I want to copy everything like I do for the other ones. Okay, well actually that's not good. Okay, let's copy this one. birthday, let's put funny just for fun, comma. So right now, like it's a bit manual, but it's a bit more manually that I create these tags, but that's just the way that I do it. So I'm just gonna put party here. I'm gonna put anniversary. Okay, that's enough for now, okay, but you get the idea. So like what I do is that you just concatenate a bunch of values, okay, and you use the name or the value that you used here, and you just concatenate a bunch of tags like this, okay. So that's basically what I do. I'm just gonna put more space to make it clearer. So yeah, I have a bunch of tags here, and actually what I do here is that I just, you just drop everything. So for me, it's a very rapid way, a very quick way to just create the titles and also create the tags. And so after that, once all this is created, I can go and I use Flying Upload. Okay, I use Flying Upload, and then I can go on Flying Upload and just, like upload my designs. Okay. So now I'm in edit, so I would load the designs. Go and download. So then I would go in Flying Upload and I would like simply copy everything that I created here in the title, and then the description I put the same description, and then the tags you just copy paste the tags that you just created, okay? So that's basically what I do. That's how I keep track of all my titles, my tags, and everything related to my designs, and also how I name my my design, and how I keep track of everything in my folders, okay? And so also the folders with my automated design, I don't really care that much about it. I just try to put uh, a relevant name for the folder, but everything in it I don't change that much. I mean, it's way too time consuming to care that much about that. Actually, there's another thing that you can do with the name of your folders. Okay, so here again, like I created all these tags here with the IDs or whatever. And another thing that you can do to name your folder. Now that I just think about it, I actually have done it, but I don't do it that often. But you can simply put the IDs in the name of the folder. Okay, so here we know that the ID started at 3, and then it goes to 52. So it's just to keep track of the IDs, okay? You want to keep track of the IDs because later on, like, it's gonna be all messed up if you don't keep track of everything. So that's simply what it is, right? So it's just a way to keep track of the IDs, okay? So years old white. So there we go. That's how I do it. Here is simply a few designs, but when you have thousands and thousands of designs, it helps to just keep track of the names and the IDs. And when you're searching for a specific design, let's say that I'm searching for ID number 2. Well, I know that in my folder it's the ID number 2. Boom, you go and there you go. You know what it's all about, right? So yeah, I hope this was helpful. And you see, like right now, I just created 52 tags, but it's actually good for like hundreds of tags. Okay, so right now, like I have around 104 designs, so this is actually pretty good, right? So again, like these tags I use for both the white and the black designs. So like it's good for both. So I hope this video was helpful, and there you go. Let me know if you have any question. Okay, peace.